What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Andrew Cooper. Welcome into the Thursday Night Football Fantasy Football Preview here, Coop. It is Week 16 kicking off. Fantasy Football playoffs underway already.
Don't call it Week 16, John. You can't just say it's Week 16. It's the semifinals, Johnny. It's the semifinal week.
Football playoffs.
It's hot, boy. It's hot.
We got a lot going on, Coop. There's a lot happening here. A lot of important questions need to be answered. A lot of playoff matchups to be decided, right? And we have the Saints and the Rams kicking off this evening. I, in a league, am starting Matthew Stafford over Trevor Lawrence because, well, don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play or not. So, yeah, have to put Stafford in the lineup here tonight. He's been playing pretty well fantasy-wise. 3 straight weeks over 20-plus fantasy points. But feeling pretty good about this matchup this evening.
I'm loving it, man. We're especially loving it for Cooper Kupp. We talked about it. John Impemba has been, not John, Howard Bender has been over it all week. Britt Flynn is in on it. We're going Cooper Kupp in the slot against Alante Taylor. Doesn't get much better than that, man. Obviously, also good for Puka Nacua just in general. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we're locked in here, man. And you're right. This week, there's so many moving parts. The biggest problem is these Christmas games, which I love. Right. I love the fact that there are games on Christmas, but the way that it falls, that puts Christmas on Monday, which means that for practice schedules, today is the veteran rest day for everybody in those games. We have no idea if all those, 6 teams playing on Monday, we don't know where they stand right now when we need to decide if we're starting or sitting guys. And when you go through and look at it, like we do this every week where we see practice reports, it comes out on Wednesday and we say, oh, that guy didn't practice today, but who cares, Right. And then the Thursday one comes out and he didn't practice again. And that's when we're like, oh boy, right? Like here's a couple quick examples before we get in, man. We got Jamar Chase is out, CJ Stroud's out, Trevor Lawrence didn't practice again, Zach Wilson didn't practice again, Marquise Brown, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Keenan Allen, Raheem Mostert, 2 linemen, Tyron Smith and Zach Martin for the Cowboys, both back-to-back practices. It's getting scary, man. So we're going to do our best in the chat, but I'll tell you what, guys, there's going to be a few times where we say, hey, you got to take a little bit in your hands. We're always going to, answer your question. You got to take a little in your hands and keep an eye on these injuries because it will affect stuff. Yep. Do us a favor in the chat. Let us know full PPR, half PPR, standard. Let us know full names if it's even close. I don't want to see a single Robinson or Williams, or, you know what I mean, or Smith in the chat. You got to get not even B Robinson. There's 2 of those. No J Williams. Give us the names, and we'll get it to you. And also, if you want, let us know how you're feeling about your matchup, things like that. Anything that can help us out. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the one important thing here too is you mentioned all these late statuses is we also have shows on Sunday. So right, the questions that we can't answer for you tonight. Come back Sunday morning. Myself and Britt Flynn, 9 to 10. Coop and Bender over on Sirius XM from 10 to 11. And then me and Coop are right back here, 11 to 12. So any news that is not available to us right now to help you out, to set your lineups, come back and get your answers on Sunday. We'll be able to set you ready for the Sunday slate. But Coop, you're not wrong, right? There's games tonight. There's games Saturday. There's 3 games on Monday. So it's really kind of throwing a loop here for these these roster questions that have to come out here. So
great for DFS though, right?
Yeah, great for DFS. We obviously have the showdown slate. We got our pick 'em picks all out there. We got a lot of fine people in our chat, like Nicole, wishing us already a Merry Christmas. She'll kick off our questions here tonight, Coop. Let's just get into it. I already see the chat rolling. Full PPR, 1 running back, wide receiver, and a flex for Olave, Sutton, Flowers, Achane, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, as a likely Darren Waller.
That's a lot of names and a lot of kind of middle of the pack names. I think I start Olave tonight, right? Like, you got to go Olave tonight. Sutton is interesting. He's more interesting in half PPR and standard. I really don't want to play the Najee or Warren guessing game with this many options available. And I'm not going to start Likely or Waller either. I'm honestly looking to start Olave and then probably Devon Achane with Jonathan Hankins potentially out for the Cowboys. Missed the last 2 games. And if you watch that Bills game, man, without Hankins there clogging up the middle, they couldn't do anything against the run. I mean, the Bills only threw 15 times. That's how bad it was. So assuming Hankins is out, and that's kind of how it's looking right now, I think I start Olave tonight, and then I leave that flex spot open, and I probably put Achane in there. For the wide receiver, for the other wide receivers, you put Achane in the running back spot, Olave in that spot, and then we need a flex as well. I don't know, John. I think I'm going to go Sutton, man. He's been a touchdown factory. I know he didn't score last week, but beyond that, he's pretty much scoring every week, and it's the Patriots.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the one thing, right? You're looking for the touchdown equity. They're at home here in this game as well that I think plays out. So I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty good spot here. Captain Freak says he's finally made a Coop live show.
What's up, dude? Welcome in. Come on in. I love the profile pic, dude. That I use that cat meme on Twitter all the time, dude. That's a good one.
And then I said, if Olave is the one, do I drop Skies for Spears or McKinnon? I don't think we're dropping anybody there, right, Coop?
No, you don't need to. And plus, this Isaiah Pacheco is supposed to be back, so I have really no interest in McKinnon.
Yeah. John here wants to know. Brooke saying semifinals time.
Let's go.
And then John saying McBride and Njoku, Pittman, or Ridley.
You got to start McBride right now. I mean, over the last 6 weeks, Trey McBride has a 26.6% target share. That is elite for any position, right? 45 targets in only 5 games, man. That's 9 a game. He's getting absolutely peppered. To put in perspective, Sam Laporta, who we love, and we probably rank like tight end 3 or 4 behind Kittle and Kelsey, he's got an 18.4% target share. McBride's at 26.6. Like, it is nice. It's crazy the looks this guy's getting. And if he can do it against San Francisco, he can do it against anybody.
Agreed. Next question that we have here on the board. Dan, I'm playing Dan this week in the playoff group. So he wants to know if Cooper Kupp's going to go off tonight.
Does he have Cooper Kupp?
I guess so. I obviously in a different league have Matthew Stafford as my quarterback. So if he has Cooper Kupp, then that's I guess he does. I guess I'll be cheering for a middle here, or maybe for my other players to come through.
I got Scotty in that league this week, who of course has Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. So.
Yeah, I mean, I took the over Cooper Kupp receiving prop here. So I mean, I do think that it's possible that he gets it done tonight, Coop. So for my own benefit, I hope that Kupp does well, and then the rest of Dan's team does poorly. So
I think that's fair.
That's the way I can go there. He did wish me good luck. I'm not going to wish you good luck.
That's bad karma, dude. That's bad karma. I'll wish you both good luck. You keep my karma meter high.
Sub guys, game tonight. Need to start 2. ETN, Zeke, Pacheco. What do we think here?
So Ramondre Stevenson, there's a chance he could play, right? So
he didn't practice today, though. I thought.
Well, if he doesn't practice tomorrow, then he's definitely out. I'm starting ETN. His usage is too good. If Ramondre's out, I'm going to start Zeke against the Broncos, right? Like, you almost have to.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I think Zeke makes a lot of sense, and I like Pacheco here coming back. What are your thoughts on ETN? I mean, obviously, if Lawrence is out, do they lean on him a bit more, do you think?
I think they lean. I don't think much changes, to be honest. Like, this isn't a situation. We talk about this all the time where, like, we watched what it looked like last year when Ryan Tannehill got hurt and Malik Willis went in there as a rookie who had never played and was a really unpolished prospect. Like, it looked bad. CJ Beathard's been around for a while. Like, I've seen CJ Beathard start a bunch of games and it looks fine. I don't think the offense actually changes very much, besides the fact that the quality of the passes are going to be down a bit, but I don't think they change up who plays what snaps much. So I think ETN is still going to be like a full-time guy, and he should be just fine.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Lucas here need 4 of 6 full point PPR. Bijan, Walker, Ty Chandler, Pacheco, Likely, and Curtis Samuel.
Let me just double check on the Madison front. Alexander Madison did not practice again. So if Madison's out, Ty Chandler is a must start for me, the way he's been playing, to be honest. So
he's been very good. It is not a good matchup for him.
It's not a good matchup,
but he's been good.
He gets the full work. Like, Kene Nwangwu is a great kick returner, like all pro kick returner, but they don't really like getting him out there on offense. So and did Kenneth Walker practice today?
Kenneth Walker. Was he not practicing?
He didn't practice yesterday. Okay. I checked it out because I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a veteran rest day. He's dealing with a new injury. It's a different injury than what he had before. It's a shoulder. So
Kenneth Walker was not at the start of practice open to the media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm probably going to go Bijan, Ty Chandler, Pacheco if he plays. And then it's hard to go away from Curtis Samuel right now, John. I know I'm the tight end guy, but it's not like Isaiah Likely's going up against the Broncos or the Bengals here. He's going up against the 49ers. So I might go Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to sit 2 of them.
Walker and Likely.
Okay. Walker and Likely. Minshew or Carr this week?
That's you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what's the Colts matchup here. I love that Pittman is back. Practice full today. So did Taylor. Colts have what's the Colts match? Falcons. Yeah, I probably would go Minshew here. I don't love Carr tonight against the Rams. I don't know. I don't think either's a great spot. They're both on the road, but it's a short week for the Saints, so I think I'd rather lean Minshew in this one.
Yeah, Carr. I mean, yeah, I think got to go Minshew, especially with Pittman back. But Carr's been all right, man. He's
been fine. Again, with Taysom Hill in, you always just worry that steals red zone.
You don't think Jimmy Graham's going to score another touchdown, John?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, probably unlikely. I know you took the under. I did take a boosted prop coop over on Underdog, over 1.5 catches for Foster Moreau. So he's had 3 straight games and 2 catches. So
he played 43 snaps last week. Somehow only ran 13 routes though. But if he's out there, he's the
worst team in the league against tight ends, basically. So
he is the starting tight end. There's no doubt about that. He starts the game. He plays most of the snaps. It's just,
it's 1.5x over 1.5 catches for Foster Moreau.
I like the catch number better than I like any sort of yardage total number.
Yeah, that's what I like. That for sure.
All right.
Curtis Samuel, Devontae. I go Dontavian Wicks here. Assuming assuming Watson is out again, I go Dontavian Wicks.
Right. Yeah, we like Samuel. The one thing with Samuel is he's not a full-time player. So there's always going to be risk with that. You need him to mix in like a carry, and you need him to be targeted when he's out there because he never plays more than like 70% of the snaps, if that.
Yep. Eckler or Achane 1 point PPR. I mean,
unfortunately it's got to be Achane, right?
Yeah, it's sad the way they've been using Eckler here. New coach and all that stuff, but I think Achane's the way we're going to have to lean in that one against Dallas.
Right. Like the thing with it is if the interim head coach is a guy that like sometimes they fire everybody, including the offensive coordinator and stuff. And if the interim head coach is just like some guy, like remember the Broncos had the coach be that guy that they had as like the timeout specialist, like the clock management specialist. Like, and that dude was just like, oh yeah, you should use the stars. That's what Antonio Pierce did. He's like, yeah, I know who the stars are, Devontae Adams, blah, blah, blah. Because it's Kellen Moore, and Moore was the one that wanted the split running backs, it almost might be worse for Eckler. So I think I'm going to go Achane.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go there as well. Yeah. Let's see.
Austin's question.
Yeah, Austin's question. Right. Sorry. I thought I had that open and then I clicked off of it. Pick 1 RB, 1 flex, Walker, Pacheco, Puka, Devonta Adams here. Need 1 running back, 1 flex for Austin.
I mean, definitely starting Puka tonight, right? Stinks that you can't start both the running backs. And I think you got to start Pacheco. I mean, it's a good matchup versus the Raiders. The Chiefs, I know people are down on the Chiefs and they're down on Mahomes and they're down on Kelsey, but the Chiefs in every game that the Chiefs have played the Raiders since Patrick Mahomes has been starting for the team, they've scored at least 28 points. So I'm not saying they average 28 points. I'm saying they scored 28 points minimum every single time, including earlier this year. So I'm in on the Chiefs. If Pacheco's going, then I'm going. And Walker, we don't know what the deal is. 2 DMPs is no good.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely difficult to trust the DMP is there. Nicole, again, tough matchup. Rolling Dallas defense against Miami, or would you pick up Green Bay, Buffalo, or Chicago, or Philly?
Man, the defense, I have been going back and forth on defenses this week. I think I finally have it the way I like it. But, yeah, Dallas is tough because they get the Dolphins. Again, you got to know your settings. And there's a lot of leagues I play in where there's not a lot of negatives for letting up points. In that case, I'm just chasing sacks and interceptions, and I'm still starting Dallas. If your league really punishes you for bad offense, if your league really punishes you for letting up points, then you might just want to start Green Bay against Carolina. Carolina stinks, dude.
Yeah, but, I would go that for sure.
Okay.
They're not gonna they don't score points, right? So good spot for them there. Mm-hmm. Addison or Swift in a full PPR for Justin.
I mean, Addison kept the full snap share, but it's Nick Mullins. I trust Nick Mullins to get the ball to Jefferson and Hawk, but is he gonna have 3 fantasy relevant assets? Very difficult. I might just start Swift against the Giants, right?
Yeah. Swift against the Giants works for me. Again, I don't think the Giants are going to have a lot of success this week in Philly. So Albert popping in, say hello. What's up, Albert? Get in the game. Got our Better Cast here for tonight. You see the Better Cast QR code on the screen. Saints versus Rams. You can scan that QR code. Participate in tonight's free Better Cast contest for this option. Get a chance to win autographed jerseys, memorabilia, mini helmets, you name it. You can go get it and win it from the Better Cast. They are for free to download. Got to answer these pregame props, though. You got Kyren Williams over under 91.5 rushing yards.
I'm going over, man. I'm going over on every single Kyren Williams prop, man. I was wrong about this player. I can willingly admit I was wrong about this player because you go through and you see what guys like JJ Zachariason and Thor Nystrom and all these guys say about prospects, where it's like you can be under 200 pounds or you can be slow, but you can't be both. And this guy, weighed in well under 200 pounds, ran a crazy slow 40. That's why he fell to day 3, right? But I mean, the guy can just ball. He can find. He's good at zone running. He's got good awareness. I mean, he's always moving forward, good contact balance. So Kyren Williams, I apologize. I have him ranked 2 this week. So which means that unless you're in a 1 running back league and you have Christian McCaffrey, Kyren Williams is in every single one of your lineups.
Yeah, the Saints had been good against the run for a while now, but injuries, they've just really struggled lately. So again, guys, download the free BetterCast app. You can scan that QR code right there. All the pregame questions are loaded in. Then you hang in there, watch the game with us, get in that chat, and answer the questions that pop up. Whoever has the most tickets at the end, you can accumulate all of those, and you can redeem them for autographed jerseys, mini helmets, hats, sweatshirts, you name it. So check it out today, completely free and to play and download there. So
shout out to Getting the Game, Tommy Roush, man, who helped work on that. Incredible job. It's just a great platform. It's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun there. I'll pull up a screenshot so we can get see what we're talking about there in a moment. Yeah. Captain Freak has a question for us though, Coop. Need 2: Barkley, Montgomery, Hubbard, Amari Cooper.
Well, you're starting Chuba Hubbard no matter what, because he's getting 20 carries. Since they fired the coaches, he's gotten 20 carries in all 3 games. So you can't go away from Chuba. After that, it's a little tougher, but I'm honestly leaning Amari Cooper, man, because what exactly is not to like about Amari Cooper with Flacco, who's looking pretty okay, and going up against the Texans? I mean, I don't see the problem with Amari Cooper.
No, I agree. I think it's a great spot for him with the way Flacco's been throwing the football right now, for sure. Just to give an idea of exactly what we're talking about with the BetterCast here, I'm just going to pull up a little video for everybody. BetterCast app, you can download it for free. Again, you answer those pregame questions. You earn tickets with your correct answers and by finishing in the contest there. And then you can redeem those tickets right from our store for authentic NFL gear, helmets, full-size helmets, and all this stuff. And it's completely free. You guys literally don't have to spend a dime to do it. You just have to scan that QR code and download the app. Many members of the Fantasy Star family have already redeemed their tickets.
Members of the actual family.
Of the actual family have redeemed their tickets and gotten those cool prizes. So, definitely make sure you guys check that out if you haven't already done so. We'll have some cool things going on for the holidays and all season long. We do trivia contests during the week, so it's not just sit and watch these games with us. Trivia contest during the week, you can win some cool prizes there as well. Nicole has a follow-up for defenses here. Washington and Seattle are also available. I'm not doing Washington. I get it's the Jets, but can't trust them there. Seattle, what are your thoughts on the Seattle defense?
I mean, the Seattle defense has actually been pretty decent in one of my leagues. They're actually ranked like top. Again, it's a league where it's only like -4 if you let up. It doesn't go. The negatives don't go any farther past -4, so they're actually ranked pretty high. But I don't know. I still think that you go with the Packers against Bryce Young and the gang, because I feel like Tennessee's just going to run the ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to run the football for sure. So it's one way you can't really throw, especially with Levis now, like missing games. It's going to be tough for them to even try to throw. So
it's going to be bad.
Let's see. Start 4, half PPR, Achane, Monty, Waddle, Swift, and Brees.
So assuming Waddle is good to go, which these days is difficult to assume, but he limited practice today, I want to say. I know he left the last game. He's not even on the injury report. So I'm definitely going to start Waddle, and I'm probably going to start. It's either Swift or Achane, John. What do you think?
I'm going to Swift.
Oh, start 4. So it's only one of them that he's benching.
Yeah, I would say Brees Hall.
Say Brees Hall. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why I made that more complicated than it needed to be.
I thought you were asking me either or.
No. Brees Hall. Brees Hall, like Izzy Abanikanda quietly played almost as many snaps as Brees Hall.
Yeah, Brees is the Jets don't know what they're doing right now.
They're mixing guys.
1 point PPR. Do we like Olave tonight or Cooks, Downs, or Myers? No, I play Olave tonight.
Olave, yeah.
Yeah, target monster. Dan saying wishes you all the luck and positive juju. Well,
All right,
Dan,
let's see that smart, dude.
you're a better man than me.
Keep the juju positive, dude.
I gotta win this league. It's just irking me not to.
Me too, dude. No, it's not just you. Like you and I have been stashing dudes in this keeper league. This is for those we've been talking about this every week. It's like a hometown league, 14 teams, and it's just cutthroat, ruthless, like crazy difficult league. And John and I are finally good in it for once. This is our year. One of us needs to win.
Agreed. One of us have to. Sit any of these guys for Rashee Rice, ETN, Reem Mostert, Austin Eckler.
I might sit Eckler.
Yeah,
You can't sit Mostert.
No, and you definitely in ETN's probably in a better spot. So let's sit Eckler. As sad as it is in the fantasy playoffs to do so. 1 point PPR. Do you like Moss? Well, Jonathan Taylor's back this week, so no Moss for me.
No, we don't like Moss.
Or Goddard in the flex. Could do Downs, Myers, or Cooks.
So Goddard, this is the sneakiest one in that like people think the Giants are just a good matchup for teams like across the board, but they're actually number one in DVOA against tight ends. Bobby Okereke, Xavier McKinney, like it's actually not a good spot for tight ends at all. So I really try not to start Goddard this week if I can avoid it. I might honestly start I go with Jacoby Myers, man, against the Chiefs. I feel like they're going to have to throw, and Myers and Adams are still the only two guys that play the whole game.
Yeah.
Michael Mayer doesn't, Trey Tucker doesn't, Hunter Renfrow, like he's still the guy, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm fine going Myers here. It would have been Myers or Cooks for me. So Myers leans. I'm going Stafford over Goff, Benjamin here. Dan, I'm going Stafford over Love as well. I just think they're both better spots. Short week at home. I like them against a beat-up defense for Stafford here. Big struggle because of game timing. Needs 3 into PPR. Puka Nacua, Jonathan Taylor, Rashee Rice, Devin Achane. I'm definitely going to play Puka, and I think you have to play Jonathan Taylor if he's in. So would you pick Rice or Achane here, Coop?
So you're saying definitely Puka, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I'm going to start. Oh, man, that's tough, dude. Good job getting the hot young rookies. I think I would start Rashee Rice, man. He played 92% of the snaps this past week, which no wide receiver for the Chiefs has played over 90% of the snaps all year. In fact, only one other instance besides Rashee Rice's last 2 weeks has a guy played more than 70% of the snaps. That was Marcus Valdez-Scantling back in week 2. So unprecedented level of respect for Rashee Rice right now for the Chiefs. It's Patrick Mahomes is wide receiver 1. So I'm going to start him.
Yeah, I'm good going there. Let's see. If Stroud can't go, I don't think Stroud's playing. DeVito, Minshew, Levis isn't going to play. Rudolph, O'Connell. I'm going to go Flacco of that group there, Russ. Mm-hmm. Just thrown 45 times a game. It's just too good. Likely or McBride here, Coop.
Over the last 6 weeks, David Njoku has 61 targets because of how much they're throwing, and no other tight end has like 50. Like I love the volume. I love Flacco. I'm going McBride. You can't go away from McBride. Likely doesn't even have a great matchup either. McBride has just been a target machine, and if he can do it against San Francisco, he can do it against anybody. So I'm feeling good about it. I have McBride ranked tight end 2 this week, behind only Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he is next year's tight end class. Dude, you're gonna have your work cut out for you, Coop.
All these people that removed the tight end spot from their leagues, they're gonna come crawling back, or maybe they're not. Maybe they'll just start tight ends in the flex, but still, tight ends are back.
Premium next year, like you can't go wrong, right?
FFPC, I'm an FFPC billionaire. That's what's going on, bro. Let's go.
Benjamin wants us to start 3: Eckler, Gibbs, Hall, Kamara, Mike Evans, 2 running backs and a flex. Well, I'm not starting Breece Hall, so Gibbs and Kamara, and Evans. That's it. Sit Eckler, sit Hall.
Yeah, sit Hall. Damn, I don't want to. I hope somebody asks us a question where we can say start Eckler, because I hate these shows where we just tell everyone not to start Eckler and then he goes off.
Don't start your first round pick. Sorry,
you can't bench. You're going to start Kamara tonight, and you can't bench Mike Evans. So it really does boil down to
no Keenan Allen, and you have Easton Stick again. So what's Austin Eckler's ceiling going to be when they don't even want to give him the full job, right? So
honestly, his comments this week made it sound like he's campaigning to get the ball more. He said something along the lines of like, I'm trying out for a contract next year, right? So I don't know, man. Definitely not getting good vibes from that dude right now.
Goff or Flacco is a tough one.
The Twitch gang in the house. Twitch glasses for the Twitch gang, baby. Simply shamey.
I'm going to go Goff in this one. against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings have a tough run defense. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have Sam Laporta. You can throw to Jahmyr Gibbs. I like that spot a little bit better than Flacco, I think, going into Houston. What do you think, Coop?
I'm going Goff, man. I'm going Goff. That was a tough question. I got a couple of those tough questions. I actually told like our guy Louie and a few people. I was like, you know what? I'm going live with John and Pemba in 5 minutes. So you're going to get a bunch of tough QB questions because I just told people like, hey, you know what? I got the QB guru with me. Come on into the chat. So
yeah, I mean, listen, I think they're both going to throw a lot. It could get a little bit of a back and forth game there with Mullins, looking pretty good last week. So I'm going to go Goff. My worry with the Cleveland Houston game. And I know I've said Flacco in an earlier question. That's just because it was the better spot to do. But if Cleveland's defense shows up, I mean, if the Case Keenum doesn't score any points, like they may just run the ball, and Flacco may not throw 45 times in this game because it's not a back and forth game. So
and the over under in the Lions
47, I think
47,
right?
yeah. And the over under in the Browns game is 40.5. It came down pretty hard. Houston was favored by 2, and then when they announced Stroud was out, it flipped by 4.5 points. They took a bunch of points off the board. So
so my worry is that Flacco's not in a shootout to throw 45 times. Again, I know I said earlier to Flacco,
we still like him. Yeah,
I still like him. I'd rather Goff in this scenario. Flowers, Deontay Johnson, Jaden Reed, Jalen Warren needs 1.
Jeez, that's like who's hard to trust. At times.
I mean, well, Jaden Reed's for sure my guy, but I don't know if he's playing, right?
Yeah, toe injury. I think I'm going to start. Honestly, I'm going to start Jalen Warren unless Jaden Reed is a full go. If Jaden Reed is a full participant in practice tomorrow, or he's a limited participant, but somebody comes out and says, "Hey, Jaden Reed's fine," then maybe Jaden Reed. But Jalen Warren's been fine. Flowers, man, he is. I'm not just talking about the last week where he just had 7 yards. He has had a couple touchdowns, but he really hasn't had many like games with over 50 yards. And Deontay Johnson with Mason Rudolph I mean, I can't, not in the playoffs. I can't put my faith in Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, no, you definitely cannot do that. Likely or Kincaid, Justin wants to know.
It's likely, unless Kincaid. If Kincaid is, here's the problem I have with Kincaid, who is my boy. It's our boy. Like these are our guys, Likely and Kincaid. But the thing with Kincaid is this. He's limited in practice again this week. He was limited all last week, and the game was a washout, so we didn't really get a good look at it. But technically, Dawson Knox played more snaps last week than Kincaid. I know that it's for his – we can make all the excuses we want, that it was for blocking and that it was because of the weather and they only threw 15 times. But at the end of the day, we don't definitively know that the shoulder and the thumb issue didn't have something to do with it. So if I have 2 guys and I know one's healthy and one I'm not sure of, and he's limited in practice all week, then I got to go with the guy who's healthy. So right now I have Likely over Kincaid, unless like I say with a lot of these guys, if he comes out and he's a full participant in practice, no red jersey, making contact with the shoulder, then maybe I'll go Kincaid. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Pick 2 full PPR: Hall, Gibbs, Swift, Adams, or Olave. Maybe the 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm going to start Olave tonight, but Gibbs though, John.
It's just not a good run. You can't really run on Minnesota all that well, so you'd have to hope he get you through there in the PPR. Devontae Adams is still, really good play.
Yeah, it's Devontae Adams. But I mean, like the Lions are going to. I think they're going to absolutely slice and dice this Vikings team with screens.
Okay,
that's because there's going. But again, you can't really bank on screens.
Listen, I'm fine going Gibbs. You have Aiden O'Connell on the road against the Chiefs.
I'm going to go Adams.
I feel like they're forced to throw, but I'm good going Gibbs in.
I'm going to go Adams, but I think with the way the Vikings have been killed by screens because of the pass rush and the blitzing and all that, so I could see Gibbs and Laporta. But then again, screens are unpredictable, right? It could be 2 yards, it could be 60 yards. So I'll go Adams and Olave.
All right,
good problem to have, chat.
It is a good problem to have. Hopefully, it comes through for you. Thoughts on Higbee here over Taysom Hill?
Yeah, shout out our guy Jay Chet, man. He hangs out a lot. Good guy. Thoughts on Higbee over? So there is a line where I will start Taysom Hill, and I will start Taysom Hill over Higbee. And since Hunter Henry is out, or Hunter Henry hasn't practiced, I think you got to start Taysom, man. This is where I give the green light on Taysom Hill. I know he's got to
play Michael Mayer. Would you play Michael Mayer?
Nah, dude. Michael Mayer's he's a part-time player. He's a part-time player. I would love to be able to have Hunter Henry, but I mean, the thing with Higbee is he gave up a bunch of snaps to Davis Allen. So a guy that we already didn't trust only ran like 20 routes out of like 40 something.
Yeah. Russ.
I hate starting Taysom. This might be the first time all year I said go ahead and start Taysom.
Russ has got Dallas D, but he gets punished with negatives. He can pick up Chicago or pick up Indy and Arizona. I like Indy against Atlanta here this week. Another quarterback change there. They're a sack machine. So
that's it. Sack machine. I think they're tied for 3.
Yeah. So go Indy. Go there, Russ. That one works for me. In full PPR, have Hawk, Laporta, and McBride.
Jeez. I hate those leagues with the big negatives for defenses. It's just like give us some level of predictability.
You know? Coop, solve the man's problem. What tight end is being set?
What the heck? This is the richest man in the world. You got tight end 2, 3, and 4. You got to start McBride, man. You got to start McBride because
how didn't you trade one of these at one point during the year? That's why
I don't know, dude. Because he's just like Scrooge McDuck diving into a vault of coins with these guys. How do you not have one? Sit one. I think I would actually sit TJ Hawkinson, to be honest, just because like Laporta, I think is gonna get a chance on one of those screens. I know the problem. Hawk and Laporta, I love them to death, but the Vikings do run a lot of too high safety, which is not good for Hawk. Obviously, which is not good for Laporta, but he should be able to eat on screens. But I'm even more worried about Hawk because Nick Mullins with Jefferson and Addison. And last couple of weeks he's been fine, right? 4 or 5 catches, 40, 50 yards. But I'm not looking for fine here in the championship. I'm looking for 3 touchdowns. I'm looking for 10 targets. So I think you said Hawk, man.
Lou apparently tuned in with you and Howard on Alarm Fantasy Football. So his name is Andrew Cooper. So you can call him Coop if you want. We all call him Coop. You call him. I don't know if you've ever been by Drew before. I know you have.
Yeah. No, the only person that calls me Drew is my dad. And it's because one of our good buddies' name is Drew.
I was gonna say I know Drew, so I don't call him Drew.
Yeah. Meat Mansion 69. Our boy there. It's Drew. You can call him Drew, or you call him Meat Mansion. For me, you can call me Andrew, you can call me Coop. People rarely call me Andrew. Coop's the way to go, Lou. So call me whatever you want. And chat, throw your nicknames in the chat because I've picked up like our guy Brunch. I didn't know how to say his name. Now he's got a great nickname. So let us know what you want to be called.
John here wants to know 2 running backs half PPR: Javonte, Ford, Chandler. He let go of Najee for McBride.
That's fine. I'm real worried about Javonte. John, what do you think going up against our Pats, man? That's a tough run D. And Javonte quietly, Samaje Perine quietly ran one more route than him this year.
Yeah. It's definitely not my favorite spot, but if Denver goes up, like they'll just run the ball with Javonte to close that game out. So for the thing is, Ford hasn't been any good either. So
nope. You definitely. I think it's as simple as this. Like if Madison's out, you definitely start Chandler.
Oh, I think I'm starting Chandler. Yeah, right. If Madison's out for sure.
Yeah, if Madison's in though, I might start the other 2.
Yeah.
So it's Javonte or Ford.
Come back to us on. What are they? The Saturday games? Can we say come back to us?
Well, I'm just saying.
No, they're not. Come back to us on Sunday.
Who would you start? Who would you start, Javonte or Ford, if you had to pick right now?
Javonte.
Okay, so Ford's out.
Yeah.
Unless Madison's playing and then Ford's back in.
Correct. Colts, Texans, or Broncos D. I'm going Colts here, Austin.
We like Colts.
Pick 2 full PPR. Hall, Olave, Gibbs. I think we did this one already, or no? We answered Chet's question already?
We answered one of Chet's questions.
It was a similar question.
I
forget. I think we went Adams and Olave.
It's the same players in a different. Oh, it's the same players with Chandler added.
Oh.
Which I would still start Olave and Adams.
Yeah, Olave and Adams. I still think they're in the full PPR. I like the wide receivers.
Start Olave tonight and then see what happens with Madison. Come back to us Sunday.
This one is tough because I do like Baker Mayfield.
Which is great. I love hearing you say that, John.
He's at home this week, coming off 4 touchdowns against a Jacksonville team that struggles against the pass.
He's hot right now.
He is hot.
Baker Mayfield.
He's Baker Mayfield. So
he has good weapons, is what's going on.
Paul, what's your projection look like? And I know projections mean nothing here, but
how do you feel? How do you feel in your gut?
Stafford is the safer play for me. Baker is, I think, a higher upside potential play.
Start Stafford tonight, dude.
Yeah.
What's the over under in that other game? 40?
I don't know. 41.5.
Tonight's gonna be a good Thursday game. I'm calling for it. I'm calling over on 45.5 points tonight.
What I like even more about Baker this week is that Jacksonville's so bad against running back pass plays, and Rachaad White is such an elite pass catching running back, so like it just adds to everything.
Adds some
But
mystique.
Stafford is the safer play, so you can rock with
What
it.
does your gut say, Paul? I want to know what your heart says, Paul.
Guillotine League. I got to get in a Guillotine League. Cooper, you in any Guillotine League?
I'm not in one, but I've been helping Kate's brother with his.
Yeah.
And dude, these teams are absolute wagons.
Yeah.
His team is sick, and it's the worst team left. There's 3 teams left. One of the kids he's facing has this is his lineup: Purdy, CMC, Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Cook, Kyron Williams, David Njoku.
Yeah.
Like goon squads.
Here, what do you do though? Waddle or Higgins? Higgins is number 1 now for Cincinnati with no Jamar Chase. You got Waddle there against Dallas.
Yeah. Every once in a while, T. Higgins makes a play that is so good that I just wonder why he's not better. Like he's got like
well, he's not better because his number 1 wide receiver is Jamar Chase. So
yeah, he makes just like these crazy like vice grip plays. But Jalen Waddle also can make big plays. Jalen Waddle is also a risk in every single game. Like he leaves every game for like a drive and goes and hangs out in the tent.
Yeah.
I think I might just go Higgins, right?
I mean, listen, Higgins is number 1. I'm happy doing that. Browning's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Struggling with this in the Thursday game, Stafford or Tua. I'm going Stafford. Yeah. I'm starting Stafford over Tua in the league. I know it's Dallas and a high game total, 50.5, but they run the ball a lot. And we just saw James Cook like just tear apart this Dallas defense. Like, what's to say most of an H-chan just don't do the same thing here. So
yeah. I'm starting to want to bet. I'm starting to want to bet on Miami. Just looking at the injury report, it's like they might not have Jonathan Hankins, which I mean, you run all over them. They might not have Tyron Smith, might not have Zach Martin. I mean, that's like the Cowboys team. I really don't understand the line at -1. I already didn't understand it at -1.5 before I looked at the DNPs for the last 2 days. So I think I'm going to put a little money on them fish.
Yeah, that looks good to me there. Yeah, so I'm Mike, I'm going Stafford here. Puka or Adams. I'm gonna go Puka over Adams chat for me. 6-point touchdown for Jamie here. Is Kyler a lock or Mullen and waivers and Minshew's on waivers?
I'm going Kyler over Mullen. I do like Mullen though. John, no, John.
Don't know.
No.
What do you like about Kyler Murray on the road against Chicago?
Scampering around.
That defense practices against Justin Field every day. They might not have Hollywood Brown. They don't run the ball well.
You're starting Nick Mullins, dude.
At home, after what we just saw from Mullins, he had no problem.
It is 6-point passing. If it was 4-point passing, I would say it's Kyler, no question. I have a league where I'm starting Kyler and Nick Mullins on the wire.
I am gonna say play Nick Mullins over Kyler Murray this week.
If John says it, then that's what you do. That's what you do, Jamie. That's what you do.
All saying his heart is telling him Baker, but his mind is telling him Matthew Stafford.
That sounds exactly right. That sounds like great, Paul.
Yeah. Listen, well, I have been the biggest Baker Mayfield detractor since he's entered the league. But things look different when you're throwing to Mike Evans, who's bigger than everybody, and Chris Godwin. So
in my experience, it hurts more when you go against your mind.
Yes, I would play Stafford tonight.
Start Stafford.
Yeah, I'm playing Stafford in a lot of leagues over quarterbacks. Tua playing him over Trevor Lawrence. So I am confidently playing him, and hopefully that comes through.
In your hindsight, it's going to hurt more when you start Baker Mayfield.
when Baker throws for 3 picks this week instead of 3 touchdowns.
Or he's like, just go watch the highlight of him just throwing to the open grass all year.
2 weeks ago he missed Mike Evans like 7 times. Right,
crazy dude. I was standing in my living room just like, I can't believe Mike Evans didn't punch him in the face.
He wanted to a few times. The Nature Boy Rick Flair's in our chat. Wants to know Puka Nacua, Rice, Connor, or Ayuk. Got to pick 2.
Give us a woo, John. Give us a Rick Flair.
I don't got a good woo.
I don't have one.
You give us a woo.
Woo!
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the best I got for you. I'm gonna go Puka and Rice. Oh, Ayuka.
But Ayuka's not bad play.
Nah, I don't know. Then I'm not gonna start Connor if I have all those guys.
I'm gonna go Nacua and Ayuk.
Puka Ayuka.
Yeah, Puka Ayuka. Fun names to say.
Puka
Fun names always win out, Coop. Remember that.
It's so true, though. It really is. I swear. It definitely affects the rookie rankings 100%. If Tank Dell's name was Nathaniel Dell, he would be terrible.
1 point PPR pick 2. Javonte Williams, Jalen Warren, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, Ty Chandler. So Aaron Jones is the cover of the watch list this week.
We like Aaron Jones.
I do like Aaron Jones a lot. I don't know what to do with the rest of this group. I think it's Jalen Warren is where I would go, but Mason Rudolph is.
Russ told you. I guess Russ can get away with it because he did say RB, and we know it's Jamal Williams, right? No, it's Javonte. No, we told you at the top of the show, no Jay Williamses and no B Robinsons, Russ. Although he did say junior, so that tells us it's Brian Robinson.
Unless Bijan Robinson's a junior, who knows?
You're on thin ice, Russ, buddy. No, Russ is a good guy. So company-wide memo went out, fantasy alarm, Aaron Jones was up this week. So we're in on Aaron Jones, and I'm going to go Ty Chandler if Alexander Madison's out. So get Jones in the RB spot, and then sit and start Jalen Warren if Alexander Madison plays.
Sure. Half PPR, Ayuk or Puka Nacua is a tougher question.
Ooh. Great googly moogly, John.
49ers at home against the Ravens. I'm going to go Puka Nacua here.
I'm going to go Puka Nacua too.
Did you see Marlon Humphrey says he has no respect for anybody on the 49ers? He says he doesn't have a respect for a single player on their team.
Shut up, dude. Yep. Not one player.
He said not one player on that team does he have respect for. So.
Not Trent Williams, dude.
Not a single player on their roster does Marlon Humphrey have respect.
I don't respect him. That is funny, dude.
Yeah, not
Christian McCaffrey.
Not a player.
Not Nick Bosa. Oh my God, what a dummy, dude. That's funny.
Dan says he's new to live chat. Yeah, man. Listen, we do these live streams all day, every day, multiple times a day for different sports. So hit that subscribe button, dude, and hit the like button as well. I saw it down here. Let's see where I can pull it up. And say if you haven't already subscribed to the All Pro, you guys are missing out. And Ann's not wrong because right now we have maybe the best deal I've ever seen. The scroll's been going along the bottom of the show anyways, but right now our holiday sale is live. You get the first month for $4. It's $1 a week just to try us out. $1 a week just to try us out for the next month here. All content behind the paywall you guys get as part of that deal. So the NFL DFS playbook this week, you get it. NBA, NHL, MMA, PGA starting up. NASCAR, I think, is coming up soon. For the next month, the next 4 weeks, it's $1 a week to sign up and become a member of the Fantasy Farm family. You get access to our premium Discord channel where myself, Howard Bender, Andrew Cooper, James Grande, Dan Malin, Justin Freeland, Dan Servadidio, Kev Tompkins, Britt Flynn, like the entire Fantasy Farm team is in there answering your questions in chat. You get access to us. And the holiday sale right now, the first month is just $4. So scan the QR code, use promo code Santa, or go to fantasyfarm.com/Santa. Use promo code Santa when you sign up and lock in that ridiculous deal. $4 for the first month. You really can't beat it.
You can't even get a coffee and a donut for that these days, to be honest, dude. Right? It's crazy.
So again, check it all out. A lot of great things happening over at Fantasy Farm. You don't want to miss out as we turn the calendar to the new year. Let's get the chat back in here. It resets when I close it. I hate that, Coop. Let's see if we can find where we left off here.
The Twitch gang.
Tight end premium, double flex league. Kittle, Cook, McBride locked in. Ayuk and Myers is on the bench. Would you play Brandon Ayuk or Jacoby Myers over Kittle, James Cook, Trey McBride?
I would actually play McBride over Kittle. I would play McBride over Kittle, and then I would play Ayuk over Kittle. George Kittle scares me a bit, to be honest. Like, you go back and look through it, and again, tight end premium helps McBride more than anybody because the premium is always on the receptions. It's never on the yards. It's never on the touchdowns. George Kittle is not racking up receptions. I mean, like his target share isn't particularly high. He has the same target share over the last 6 weeks as Kyle Pitts, as Pat Freiermuth, right? Like, where you're going with Kittle is because he gets the yards, he scores random touchdowns, but he also has multiple games with only 2, 3, 1 catch. Last week he had 2 catches, and the Ravens are a tough matchup for tight ends. So I'm going to go with McBride and then Ayuk over Kittle. That's how I'm doing that one.
Let's see here. Awesome dog. Also we got a lot of Twitch gang in the chat here.
Twitch gang is crushing Hill. Yeah, that's tough, man. I actually think I do have Hill ranked ahead of Schultz. If I don't, it's very close. I just tweeted out my rankings. If you go on Twitter at Kube Fiasco, I always tweet my tight end rankings. I rank every single player. So behind the paywall, I personally rank every single player at every position for half PPR, standard, and full PPR. But I always tweet out my tight end stuff just because I've been doing that for a long time and I know people look for that. I do have Taysom Hill ahead of Dalton Schultz in that format.
Russ here, 1 point PPR, likely or McBride.
We already did Nature Boy's question.
Yeah, he's put in it a few times.
Okay, we do them all in order, so just put them in once. We're gonna get to them, so don't worry, Nature Boy. Woo. I'm going with McBride. It's McBride. McBride is closer to being the tight end 1 overall this week than he is to being Isaiah Likely. That's where I'm at with McBride.
Pooty Penguin, KW3 or Pauly here.
Great. Pooty Penguin.
Love the names, man.
Great names. The Twitch gang usually has the best names, but that's a YouTube.
And the Walker obviously being injured is a little tough here.
Pooty Penguin's picture is just a bunch of carrots. What a great user. Welcome to the show, Pooty. Yeah, that is a tough decision. But so Kenneth Walker's might not even play with the shoulder issue he has. And if he does play, he's going to split with Charbonnet. So I'm still going to go with Pollard regardless. And you just got to hope that Tyron Smith and Zach Martin play. Because if they're all playing, then I actually like Pollard a lot, But Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet still played more pass snaps than him last week. So I really don't trust Walker at all. And now he's got the shoulder thing. I'm not liking Kenneth Walker.
A couple of repeats in here. Nicole saying thanks. Paul saying thanks. Let's see here.
Nature Boy again. Okay, now I'm seeing the Nature Boys.
Yeah, it's all right. Listen, if you're new to the show, you don't know. We go through all these questions. You only got to throw them in once. Mike B saying thanks. The Miami injuries and the O-line are scaring me right now. Yeah, I mean, definitely for sure. Yeah. Paul saying the heart's telling him Baker. Yeah, we agreed there. Schultz or Taysom. I think we answered this one from Awesome Dog already, but
we did. Yeah, I don't know, man. I personally, let's put it this way, Awesome Dog. I do my rankings based on science and matchups and everything that I can put into it besides my own opinion. And then at the end of the day, will make decisions to some degree with my own personal, my gut instinct. But for the most part, my rankings reflect what I believe is the best ranking, based on science.
Yeah.
In my own league, I would start Schultz over Taysom. But it's hard to make those arguments because Schultz is a backup quarterback. He's facing one of the toughest defenses for tight ends. So I do have Taysom ranked ahead because I've been doing this for a long time, and I got to rank it that way. But I personally have a bias against Taysom Hill. So if you're scared of the floor for Taysom Hill like I am, the dude had 5 yards last week, 5 yards, in 1 catch. So that's in standard, that's not a point.
Not good. Yeah.
in full PPR, it's 1.5. If you're scared of that like I am, then you start Schultz. If you feel like you need the extra juice and you need the upside, then start Taysom, because the reality of Taysom Hill is that there's a good chance he scores a touchdown tonight.
Agreed. So Coop likes Schultz. If you feel like Taysom Hill's your guy, I saw you say that you missed the answer. Awesome. We're going Schultz over Taysom here.
Yeah. It's so that's the thing. I can easily rank, it's not hard for me to rank Dallas Goedert against Trey McBride because they play a very similar role. It's very difficult to all of a sudden rank Taysom Hill in there because he's a wildcat quarterback that plays 15 snaps and scores either no points or 3 touchdowns.
Jamie wants to know Superflex 6-point touchdown, Tua or Kyler to pair with Lamar. I'm gonna go Tua here.
Jeez, you hate Kyler, dude. You hate Kyler and you hate me.
Yeah, I'm not playing Kyler Murray unless I absolutely have to. Let's see. Chase and Allen out. Do I start Jaden Reed or Josh Palmer? Well, we don't know if Jaden Reed's going to play. Right. So maybe Josh Palmer.
You have 1 wide receiver. As of today, you have 1 wide receiver, which is Josh Palmer.
It is 1.
But if Jaden Reed is a full participant in practice, I think I would start him over Palmer. Right, John?
Yeah. Coop, Joe Montana or Joe Montana? Which one are you going?
It's Joe Montana all day, dude.
Little Twitch gang. It's Flash in here.
Yeah, what's up, Flash?
Paul saying you can't beat that deal. You can't beat that deal. It's $4 for the month, man.
That's what I'm saying. And said it best, dude. Merry Christmas. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't know what's behind that paywall, it's not just NFL, right? And the NFL isn't just here's a lineup. I do the tight end stuff and I break it down like it'll melt your face off, dude. Then there's a crazy play on Yahoo DFS specifically. We break it down for all the different channels, crush that, but it's not just football either. Like we have our NASCAR writer, Matt Sells, won the FSWA award 3 out of 4 years. Our UFC guy, I don't even know why he's still writing UFC articles.
I kind of know he's
He,
rich.
he wins. Yeah, he wins. He takes down every DFS thing himself. How many has he taken down this year, John?
Like 4 or 5.
Like 4.
Like
Yeah,
$8 hook. He just keeps winning.
$8 hook. He wins every week, right? So it's like we got that, all that going on, and obviously, Jim Bowden was a GM of an actual baseball team. We got him in. He's in our corner.
Bender and Bowden are doing a special series for the Fantasy Baseball Draft Guide this year, which you would get as part of that month package. So. That's coming out. The Fantasy Baseball Draft Guide, we're expecting to have it come out in the middle of January. So just after the new year. So be on the lookout of that. If you want some insights from the GM himself, him and Bender are going to give you some cool things going on with the Fantasy Baseball Draft Guide this year.
Yeah. Here's that QR code again, in case you missed it. Scan that QR code. It brings you right to the page. $4. You know what I mean? Get all that stuff. If you make a bunch of money playing DFS and you like it, hang with us. Otherwise, $4 to get the baseball draft guide and all that stuff. Yeah.
$1 a week. Can't you spend more on way worse? So come join the family and hang out with us here. All right. Next cue, we got there's Steven, Group, Hopkins, or Koo. What's your kicker ranking say this week, Coop?
My kicker rankings, aka Linda's kicker rankings.
What does Linda's kicker rankings say this week?
Yeah, I mean, I do my own rankings. Like, I'm not going to, like, I do my own based on my knowledge base, but I always double check hers. So let's see what Linda has. So what were they again? Hopkins, Aubrey,
Hopkins, Koo, and Group.
Hopkins, Koo, and Groupie. So she has Hopkins ranked the highest of those guys. Oh wait, no, hold on. Sorry. Follow Linda. Make sure you follow her on Twitter at Lindelians. LINDELIONS. Lindelians. If you just search Linda TM, she's the best kicker analyst. She puts in more work than anybody else, so you got to follow her. She has Koo, the highest of those guys.
Okay. Charlene here. I have Ayuk, Puka, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that is ARSJ. I have that right?
That's got to be, dude.
Right.
That's got to be.
As my 2 wide receivers in a flex, Chandler Madison on my bench had the same struggle last week. Who to roll with? I'm going to play the wide receivers. I'm going to sit the running backs here.
Oh yeah. Play the wide receivers.
Last week, obviously, Chandler was definitely the better play. If you tuned in here, we told you to play Chandler versus the Bengals, but
and Zamir White, we crushed last week.
What's up? Did. But we're definitely in on the wide receivers this week for you, Charlene.
Yeah. Even if Madison's out, it's not a good matchup for Chandler.
Yep. Gonna put my teams in now, signing up for that deal. Yeah, dude, Paul. Thanks for signing. Thanks for becoming a member of the family. Awesome, dog. Sorry if it lagged for you. We said Schultz here.
Yeah. Paul, make sure the first thing you do after you get in is join the Discord. Get set up with the Discord. I got my own spot in there. We have guys doing start sits at all times. We have channels for every sport, so make sure you get in there.
Definitely join the premium Discord. Ray Gamer's got a couple of things in here. Godwin versus Jacksonville at home. Jaden Reed versus the Panthers on the road. Deontay Johnson versus the Bengals. Or just play Eckler versus the Bills. Standard scoring, 6-point touchdown. Godwin's got the best matchup, I think.
I like Godwin right now. He looked good last week. You got to remember, like Chris Godwin, he was dealing with a neck injury and then a knee injury, and he seems like he's past that now. So
big week last week. I think I go Godwin. If you're a little worried about Godwin and Baker, Deontay Johnson, I guess would be my next guy. Bengals obviously trash defense. Reed versus the Panthers just isn't a good spot for the Packers pass offense on the road. Carolina's been pretty stingy against the pass this year, all season long. Bender's been on that from the jump. And then Eckler, I just don't know what to do with.
And it's Deontay Johnson and Eckler. It's standard scoring, which is the worst format for those two guys.
Agreed. Browns D versus Texans on the road. Eagles D at home versus the Giants. What are you thinking here, Coop?
Browns D against Case Keenum in the last.
Browns D versus Case Keenum for me. Dan, what do we got for your question here? Mostert in one, Achane, Ford, or Connor. So Mostert's already in. Need one of Achane, Ford, or Connor. Would you double up the Dolphins backs?
I think if Jonathan Hankins is out, then I am absolutely doing that.
Yeah, I'm fine doubling up the Miami running backs here for you, Dan.
Yeah.
1 point. Sorry for the Williams. See, Russ is apologizing.
Russ is the man, dude. Russ is a regular. That's why I know I can give Russ a hard time because he's here all the time.
1 point PPR flex. Sutton, Flowers, Brian Robinson Jr. Depending on Alexander or Jalen Warren.
One PPR, one flex.
1 point PPR flex.
If Alexander Madison is out, I'll start Ty Chandler.
Okay.
And if he is in, then I would probably start Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I'm going to go in Sutton there. Hopkins or Aubrey? Go back to your kicker rankings.
Yeah. Aubrey, in my own rankings, I have Aubrey top 5, and Linda also has him at 4. So that's
Aubrey over Hopkins.
Meeting of the mind on that one.
And saying thanks. Hold on.
Welcome, man.
Hold on. My screen's for there we go. Let's win some money. Let's win some money, and let's do that.
Yeah.
What are we expecting out of Waller?
So with Waller, the upside is as high as it can be. I mean, his upside is tight end 1 overall because he's back and he's going up against a Eagles defense that you can throw on. The floor is scary because last week he played 40% of the snaps. Now, in our minds, we say, oh, he's healthy, so he's going to be a full go. But sometimes it doesn't go from 40% to 90%. Right. Sometimes it goes to 40% to 60%. So that's where if you go to my page at Coupe Fiasco on Twitter, follow me over there. I just posted my rankings. I actually pinned them, and you'll see where he is. But in that tier, if you're looking for the highest upside guy in that tier, it's Waller. If you're looking for the safest guy in that tier, it's Dallas Goedert, right? Or Jake Ferguson. So you got to decide how risk averse you are. But if you want upside from that group, Waller's got as good as upside as anybody, man.
All right, couple minutes left here, Coop. Let's go a little rapid fire. Ray Gamer wants to know our projection for Olave. A lot of targets, I'll say. Targets to say the safe. Russ saying this the best show. Love you. Ray Gamer with the heart. Captain Freak, another league, half PPR. Myers, Pitts, or Palmer?
I'm going to go Myers. I do like Kyle Pitts this week, but I'm going to go Jacoby Myers.
Steven, I'm not sure what that was for. Apologize. If you want to just like retype what you mean, we can help you out there. Connor or Ty Chandler for Awesome Dog?
Maybe Steven's in the room with his league mate and he doesn't want them to hear, so he's got it on mute and he wants us to type it in the chat.
Possible.
Well, if that's what you want, then let us know.
Or maybe he wanted the deal. www.fantasyalarm.com/Santa. Throw that out there for the friends at home.
That's right. That's what he wanted.
Take advantage of that deal right there. Fantasyalarm.com/Santa. Promo code Santa will get you the $4 a month for the first month package there. Ty Chandler for me, Awesome Dog. If Madison is out, obviously, if Madison is in, we go to James Conner.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That one does itself, right?
Colts, Bears, Miami, dropping one for Mullins, I guess. Probably Miami defense here.
Yeah. Who's Miami getting next week, though, John? Bills, right?
I don't know.
No, it's a Ravens. Yeah, you're not going to start.
Yeah, no, you're not going to play Miami anyway, so you can drop them. Flacco or Mullins? I think we just did this one. I'm going Mullins here again.
Yeah, Mullins hot, dude. Good. The weapons. We saw what Jake Browning could do with his weapons. I mean,
he's got Jordan Addison. He's got Jefferson and Tyler and TJ Hawkinson. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mullins here. Yeah. Hawkinson revenge game too. Don't forget that.
Rough him up.
2-week championship starts today. Congrats, Steven. Herbert's injured. Start Matt Stafford or Mayfield. We went over this before.
Yeah.
Stafford, I think, is where we're going to lean. Stack. You know what? I'm fine stacking Kupp and Kyren. This is what I do all the time. Coop and people are worried about stacking. If you're playing Kupp and Kyren Williams and they have good games, isn't Matthew Stafford going to have a good game? Most likely.
That's
more likely than not.
That's the math on it, dude.
You know, if you're playing Mayfield in case Stafford doesn't have a good game, then you might be screwed because Kupp and Kyren Williams may not have a good game then. So, Chad, what's up, man? In the TTV in here.
Ciao, Chad. What's up, bro?
Given Stroud, do you think the 2-week Stroud missed has given successful CPR to Puka Nacua Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Oh, dude, I did the same thing, Chow. I swear I did the same thing today, Chad. I went and looked. I was like, wonder what Rashee Rice is as a Rookie of the Year. It's not good.
Not close.
It's still pretty heavy on Stroud, but Puka's second. So you're doing better than me. Yeah. You're doing better than me. If Stroud misses the rest of the year, there could be a question, but if Stroud even plays one more game, I think it's locked up.
What's more likely, Mahomes ends up as a bottom 5 QB or Mullins a top 5 QB?
I'm in on Mahomes this week, dog.
Yeah, Mullins. What's more likely? I don't think Mahomes is going to be a bottom 5
No, no, no,
quarterback,
no.
but
But it's
yeah.
not. But it's not crazy for Mullins to be top 5.
No, it's not crazy for sure. And then Steven says, "Thanks. That's it, Coop.
We did
We'll
it.
be back Sunday live stream again. I'll be there 9 to 10 with Britt, Coop, and Bender 10 to 11. Then me and Coop 11 to 12, getting you all ready for the Week 16 action. Find us on Twitter. Get in that Discord. I'll throw the QR code up one more time for everybody. Join the holiday sale. It's $4 for the first month. Use promo code Santa, fantasarm.com/Santa. Get in on the action. Have fun tonight in the Bettercast, everybody, and we'll all catch you later.